Stu here with Raid Shadow Legends. We are going to be going over everything that pertains to glyphs, how to get glyphs, how to use glyphs. What if you use a glyph on a substat and you want to use that same glyph that you find again? How will it work? Or you want to use a new glyph on a substat that you already used a glyph on as well. So this is how it goes. We're going to go over here to battles. So every day we're going to have faction wars, a new faction wars. We are going to have 12 keys per day to go into there. That doesn't mean we're going to get to do 12 runs because the keys do start going up as you do runs. It starts taking 2 keys and further. I've asked already how many keys will stage 21 take so that I can get an idea of how many per day we can run, maybe 2 or 3 to get really good glyphs. Look at this beautiful speed glyph of 3 to 8 over here on the right, bottom right. That's just phenomenal. So the way glyphs go to equip them, they need to be equal to, stars wise, the artifact you're putting it on or lower. So as long as it's equal to or lower, you're fine. So a 6-star glyph can only go on a 6-star artifact or an accessory. That's it, because it needs to be equal to or lower. So a 6-star cannot go on a 5-star artifact because it's not equal to or lower. So over here, we've got some artifacts to play with. Let's go in here and look at the new UI. I'm sorry, not AI. Look at the new UI of the artifacts that we have. So they put in their new system. We've got artifacts here, we've got accessories, and we've got glyphs. Here are our glyphs broken down. We've also got a sell tab so we can go into sell and start selling. Let's hit cancel. We don't want to do that. So now I do have 1 speed glyph, which is pretty cool. I didn't see that. So it's only going to give me +1. These are better because it's giving me 1 to 2, so we can kind of talk about what will happen with the variations there and using them again. Otherwise, all these other ones just give us +1. So it's no big deal for me to use this +1. It doesn't matter. The glyphs aren't specific to an artifact set piece. So you can use these glyphs on anything you want to, artifacts or accessories. Let's see what we've got. Do we have speed here? We do. So we could do upgrade, enhance, and it lets us know which ones we can use to enhance this, right? So we could do speed of +1, which would take us to 16. Because there's no variation there. There's no variation here. We need higher ones to see variation. So let's go to something that has, and we could do the same thing for speed here. So we could go enhance and you see the speed come up in resistance. Okay, resistance is here. So here we go. Resistance is here. Now remember, it has to be, the glyph has to be the same star wise as the artifact or accessory you're trying to put it on or lower. So if this, let's go to a different piece of gear so I can kind of explain here. This is a 5-star gear. Upgrade, enhance. So enchant. So if I went to this artifact and I had 6-star glyphs, I would not be able to because it's not the same or lower, right? It's not 5 or lower. This needs to be 5 or lower for me to be able to. It could be a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star glyph, and I can use it on this 5-star piece. Now, if it's a 6-star glyph, I won't be able to use it on here. So if it's a 6-star glyph with that 3 to 8 speed, whatever, I wouldn't be able to use it on here, unfortunately. I'd only be able to use it on my 6-star stuff, which is fine because the only way you're going to be getting 6-star glyphs is if you're doing in-game faction wars. So then you're going to have that kind of gear, right? You're going to have primarily that kind of gear, so you're going to be fine. I have a lot of 6-star gear on here, as you can see. So if I had those 6-star glyphs, we'd be good to go. So just keep that in mind. No matter what we see here for glyphs, as long as it's equal to whatever piece you're trying to use or lower, you can use it on that piece. For a 6-star, we can use anything 1 to 6-star. For a 5-star, we can use 1 to 5-star glyphs. For a 4-star, we can use 1 to 4-star glyphs. So we can always use those glyphs. These little lower glyphs we can use on anybody. Now the variations, let's get into those. So we need something with, let's look at something for accuracy and see what we have here. Here's something with accuracy. Okay. Do I want to use it on her? I'm going to get tons of these anyways. It's not going to matter. We're going to be able to reuse these and get tons of these. So let's just do it on this first one. We're going to upgrade, enchant, and we are going to go for the accuracy one. Okay, this accuracy one is going to enhance this 1 to 2. If this was, it's only a 1-star. If this was a much higher glyph, which we saw earlier, it might do from 8 to 11. Now, that's going to add 8 to 11 to this current 11. We have 11 here. This is going to add 1 to 2. So when I'm done with this, it's either going to be +12, because it's going to add 1 or 2 to it, or +13. Let's do it. Hopefully it gives me 12. No, give me the 13. Okay, so now if I wanted to, okay, now it's gone. I can't improve it anymore. See, I wish it would have done only +1 to it. Then I could have run this again to try to get it 1 more higher. So what happens here with the glyphs? If I get a higher tier glyph and I use it, it is not going to keep increasing. The glyphs will not keep adding on, adding on, adding on. It won't add +2 and then add +2 or +8 or whatever. It's always going to re-roll off of this base 11. Otherwise, it would just be way overpowered. All the other games who have this same type system, like Summoners Wars, many others, have the system already in place. It's the same exact thing. Whenever you re-roll this, you're going to re-roll it with something where you can try to get a little bit higher. Maybe you'll get a 3-star and the variation for accuracy will be +2 to +5, and then it will let you do it. And then we'll try to get +2 to +5, but it's +2 to +5 off of the 11, off of your base substat. So +2 to +5 could still land you back at +2 and give you, 13 total, or it could give you +5 more to it, which would give you 16 total. So that's all it is. So you can re-roll those. Let's see if we can. We got a couple more of these. Let's see if we can go to another accuracy one, and I can just roll one time on the accuracy, and we will be good to go with that. Let's see. Here we got accuracy here. Okay, we do. Upgrade, enchant. Okay, let's see if we can get a +1 accuracy and not a +2. There we go, +1. So now it's going to let me do it again. But all it's going to let me do, it says +1 or 2, but really it is only going off your base. It's not going to add +1 or 2 to this +1. It's going to add +1 or 2 to the... So we could come back at 31 again, or we could come back at 32. So just keep that in mind. Remember, it's not constantly accumulating and adding and compounding on the numbers. That would be way overpowered, because then if you just get a whole bunch of accuracy runes, you just keep adding it to it, and pretty soon it's like at 100, 200, 300. It doesn't work that way. So here we go. We're going to try to get it +2. Okay, and there it went. It went +2, and now we're at max for the glyphs we have. We're at max. So just remember that. That's all it is. It's just based off of that. So we want to find. We do have a speed one here. Oh, click too many times. We do have a speed one here, which is really nice, and we're going to get plenty more. So I'm not too worried about it. Here's my arbiter: 17, 18, 17, 19, 5-star. 45, that's a main stat. It can't do that. It can only do substats. And then we've got +15 speed here. Let's just go ahead and do it on the let's just go ahead and do it on the weapon. It's not going to really matter. This is +1. We're going to get tons of these, so it's fine. So here we are. We get to add my speed up. Boom. +1 speed. That's actually pretty cool for my arbiter, I think, because now we are Jeez, Stu, come on. So now we are at a total speed above me of 305. We went from 304 to 305. That one speed could make me faster than somebody else's arbiter. You never know. You just never know. So that's good. And then also you can see here it's got a little icon showing us that these are enchanted. These have been enchanted. So we can always do multiple pieces too. You could upgrade, enchant. We did accuracy on here. We're gonna do defense on here now, just for the hell of it, right? So we did +1%. Not bad. Remember, these are 1 stars. Once we get up to 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, there's going to be a big variation. It's going to be like 1 to 7, 1 to 8. Let's go back over here and look at it. So now we know kind of how they work, and if you reuse it again on the same substat, what happens with it. So let's go over here and look at these beautiful ones that they these beautiful ones that they have. So if we have a 6-star, now mind you, this can only go on 6-star gear because it has to be equal to or lower. Then that's a lot. This is going to be a nice improvement. I wouldn't say it's crazy a lot, especially the speed wise. I don't think that 6 to 16 accuracy, it's definitely nice. It lets you free up some other things, but the 3 to 8% attack, 3 to 8% HP. Remember, we can only do this one time on a substat. So if you have an HP of 20% on a substat, which means you rolled HP quite a few times, you're going to increase that 20% to either 23 or 28. Now, if that's on a 6-star glyph with a 6-star artifact, because you can't do it on 5-star, remember, equal to or less. So we use it on that 6-star artifact. We get it from 20 to 23. We come back and use this glyph again because we know we can roll higher. We just had bad luck, and it's going to roll again either from 20. It's going to roll from your base 20 to either 23 or 28. And then once it maxes out at 28, you saw on that other glyph when I maxed out, we won't be able to use it again to increase it. That'll be it. So it's really at the max amount, it's only increasing at 8% HP for one substat on one of your 6-star artifacts or accessories. It's pretty good. I mean, if you got an 8% increase on HP on all 6, 7, 8, 9 of your gear, that's quite a bit, right? And speed wise, if you got a +8 increase on 9 of your gear, well, you can't get it on 9 because your accessories only has speed on the banner, and then we can have speed substats on 5 of the 6 because we'll probably be using speed boots. So even still, it's a really good amount. So that's really how it works. That's all I have to say about all these right here. If you have any questions, let me know. I can't think. I'm trying to think in my mind right now what other questions you might have about how to use these and how these work. But that's really it. It's pretty basic. It's pretty simple. We are going to go over these things, the actual faction wars, later today. Here's what I'm going to focus on faction wars for future videos. First, completing it, right? Getting as high as we can with whatever I have available. So I'll be showing you videos on that. That means I'm going to be using a lot of gear and a lot of champions I don't usually use. Second thing I'm going to try to do is complete it with rares. Once I complete it, I'm going to try to get in there with rares of a faction, try to do the best I can. Also, I'm going to try to bring in as many 5 stars as possible, not max 6-star champions, because we want to get as far as we can with 5-star stuff because it's so hard to 6-star things. So I'm going to try to bring in as many 5 stars, but with good gear, of course, as I can to complete as much content on in these faction wars as I can. So that's really my goals that I have for it. So we'll see. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video later today.